You ruined you're the worst ever.
I'm like, oh my God, I killed the guy.
The other day, Brian posted up a ton of magazines on his Instagram stories.
This is just nothing compared to what I had.
Yeah, you have boxes and boxes.
I have boxes and boxes of
and everyone's like, oh, I'll give you money for that. I'll give you, let me get this off your hands.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I didn't even look.
But I say, why don't we take a look at them? Welcome to VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled. We're going to look at some old school magazines.
Old school. You're about to get old school. Back in the day, this is how the information spread.
Yes.
There was discussion forums, and some people did that, but a lot of it was magazines.
It was actual things that you can hold and flip through and have whenever, even if you didn't have an internet connection, and you could check out basically what was cool. And see who was making what parts. And so right here we have Honda tuning from, let's see, from
2007?
September 2007. And this one looks pretty sick. But the thing that drew it to me was I knew you'd have some good insight. Well, I'm sure you have insight on a lot of these cars.
Yeah, on a few of them, yeah, for sure.
Because
we were
right?
We were probably in 3 or 4 of these magazines each year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But it says plus pink CRX inside scoop from Hassport. So this is going to be kind of meta. We're going to get the inside scoop.
About the inside scoop. Well, let's go to that article.
Oh, this looks sick though. Look at.
Is it marked?
No. Well, I'm sure it's marked. But we're going to check out some of the ads and stuff because we don't get ads like that online. It's very like kind of
like this
clean.
exciting one. ERAM electric supercharger.
They didn't work.
No. Well.
Especially for like $69.
What do you mean they're race tested?
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I bet people would buy T-shirts with just the covers on them.
Oh yeah, I bet you're right.
Because I mean, the photography was really great, and just like the layouts were really cool. And
yeah, absolutely.
ITR Expo, I used to dream about going to it, and I was like, but I don't have a Type R. I still don't have a Type R.
Maybe someday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You see the cool 2000s guy, like, I'm like the scene dude. I got my arm sleeve.
Got my grunge hairdo.
Yeah. He's got his like emo haircut and his jeans.
And a rag hanging off his
jeans.
Yeah.
Fusion tires. Did you ever know anybody that ever ran Fusion on purpose?
Some people couldn't afford better tires.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fusion tires. We actually used them on something. I can't remember what it was.
Was it a sponsored project?
I don't remember why we got them. I think Keith goes, man, these things are a good deal. Let's try these. I think that's what happened. So.
Were they any good?
We didn't race on it. They held the car up.
Yeah, dude. Like you don't get stuff like this, like scrolling through Instagram, like the cool vintage racing shots with all the effects and. Although there's good photography out there, but
yeah.
For the most part, it's not like this. It's not like really well thought out. And check this out, full kits for less than $400. I mean, granted, it was the most basic ones because they pumped out a ton of those.
Well, they were always also copies of stuff. So like you could usually tell by the initials.
Oh, for sure. Like.
MG was Mugen and
the BW series that was a knockoff of the Black Widow kit. Yeah. The BC, the Buddy Club ripoff. Yeah. Although the R33 stuff looked cool. It looked like you did a conversion, kind of.
Kind of, yep.
And for sure nobody had a Skyline that I knew back then. So like any kind of like little cool touch like that, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of badass. But that kind of reminds me of the Max Boost.
It does.
Civic. Oh yeah, and don't forget, they always had in the things, girls in the things. Yep. Vertical doors. Here's a chick in a thong.
Yeah. Ambo doors and a thong. Vertical doors. Those things are so popular. You could always tell who owned one because they usually had like a Band-Aid or a scab right here.
They forget they had it on there.
Yeah.
I think Ground Dynamics might still be around. But they're not selling full kits because basically a full kit would be front bumper, side skirts, and the rear bumper.
Yeah, probably more like $1,000.
Right?
Yep.
I think I went on one of those websites recently and looked at, I think maybe it was Wings West, and the prices were insane, like so expensive. Like, I guess you're gonna
They're not
hold on to
selling
those.
like they used to. Let's see if grounddynamics.com is still a thing. Andy's Autosport.
Okay, so they must have bought them out,
Yeah.
but you can get all those. Wait, check how much a full a Buddy Club kit for an EK.
EK?
Or even better, look it up for
Honda.
the EG. Because that was the, okay, they were knockoff, but the kind of cool thing about the knockoffs were they would make the kits for the cars that the OGs didn't make it for.
That's right. If you had one for an EK, they'd make it for an EG.
Like, you know, like
Body kits.
there was I remember
93
this
Civic.
dude
Here we
I
go.
know had a Buddy Club kit for his Eclipse. Oh yeah, that's another thing. They would make,
Yeah,
like,
well,
it
it
would
was
be
going
for
for a
the-
hatchback, they make it for the coupe, and they make it for everything. Yeah, the sedan sometimes.
oh yeah, there's the R34 kit.
Yep. All right, back to what we were.
All right.
Crutchfield. Remember Crutchfield?
Oh my gosh,
All the
Crutchfield.
stereo stuff.
For a while. That's kind of how I got a little bit more into Hondas early.
Mm-hmm.
Before I knew about performance was through car stereo stuff.
We had a car stereo shop in the 90s.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to do another system in a car, like in a full?
I have actually several systems in boxes sitting in the shop that I would like to do in cars.
We
I want to do one in, I wanted to do one black and blue, but of course
Yeah.
it got destroyed. Yeah. So I guess I could do it in the white car. I'm torn because every time I get a car, I'm like, strip it out, put a roll bar in it, put a couple race seats in it, and drive it around the track. So I'm like,
But you know, if we have so many ones that are already like for track build, what?
I
Maybe kinda
agreed.
like
There
a
should be a
street
couple
or
street
like
cars. That should
even
be
a show
street
car. Do a show car.
I'm not gonna do a show car, but that could be a street car.
Yeah.
But the deal is, I need to find or make a black interior for it because that beige interior is horrific.
Can dye it.
That's maybe I might have to kill it.
Because
Isn't that the past sense of die?
and Crutchfield's still around.
Yeah. RSX, it was brand new.
Zigging wheels.
Oh yeah, I got those wheels.
Yeah.
The black chrome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a
I've got a
few.
set.
Oh, it must be Chicago.
Yeah,
Like, oh, what are these fake Hasport mounts?
they are not Hasport
Oh, snap.
knockoffs.
Oh yeah, Summit. Remember Summit was trying to get into the import thing?
They're back.
Yeah.
They may be carrying us before too long.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Of course they carried Motegi wheels. They were good wheels, but they never got like popular.
No, that was who was a big part of that? The guy from Super Street. way back?
Was it RJ?
Yeah, RJ DeVera.
But are
had
they the
some
ones that gave
designs
him
and stuff.
Roja wheels?
Yeah,
So was that through Motegi?
yeah.
I think. I met him. He's a super nice guy.
He's a super nice guy.
Let's see.
ACK.
Oh, so these are just cool. These are just cool car pictures that people send in. It looks like. Oh,
That
Autocannon.
SGR. That was one of
yeah.
one of Dennis Kakko's brands.
Autocannon.com.
Yeah.
Challenge. Yeah, they've been racing for a long time.
Oh yeah,
Midori.
the old Honda Challenge.
Oh, are these the tires I still have on my Civic? The ones that
Yeah.
are super old. Actually, no, I think I've been.
Durezis.
Yeah, maybe these are the same ones. Might be the ones from the picture because they're super old. Tire rack. I would always.
These spreads were like 30 grand back in the day.
Good lord, that's
And then probably not in Honda tuning, but in Super Street
Yeah.
or modified.
well because Super
or-
Street got this
or-
thick for a while,
yeah.
so like they
oh,
could
there's one
charge.
right there. Check that out.
They could charge.
Yeah,
You know,
Super
whatever
Street,
they wanted.
They were huge, and so was Sport Compact Car.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but man, and I liked how. You know, they didn't separate out the cool wheels from the budget wheels in the ads. You know, like there you got SSRs and the Cozy wheels, and you know,
Roja, Inky,
Weds.
Inky is NK.
Yes,
That's actually how it's pronounced.
15-inch RPF ones for starting at $209. So
They've got up a little bit.
Yeah, but not that much.
Not that much.
Considering this is from nearly 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things have doubled. Oh, they used to try to do a lot.
Yeah.
But this is when
This was
Acura was getting
Acura's.
into
ALMS.
American
The
Le Mans
prototypes.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still are.
These cars, there was a couple of these cars at Honda Racing back when they were called HPD. Mm-hmm. They shredded them.
Oh,
They were carbon fiber and they shredded them. They're like, we're getting rid of these. I'm like, oh yeah, what are you doing? We're gonna shred them.
you didn't say. I got a truck with a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. I drove up with a truck trailer that day. I could have taken one.
Oh, could you imagine?
What's the scrap value? I'll buy it.
We can J swap it.
I would have.
Because the engines that were in these, you needed like a whole team to get it started and maintain it.
You had a guy on a computer just
You could throw a
for
J
just pre-warming the oil in order to fire it up
But you could throw a J and 2 turbos into it,
and be golden.
because so much of it is the chassis anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they used to cover Super GT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I remember the Ray Brig NSX was so badass. And then every season they would come out with like a different variation of their liveries.
Just phoned in by,
Some photographer there.
yeah.
But I mean, they made it happen. Like we wouldn't get a lot of this Formula One. Of course, that was Earth Dreams, Takuma Sato. I remember
Yeah.
that was the only guy I was cheering for. I was like, come on, dude. Oh, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. The Pinks episode.
So this car we built to run in pinks. Yeah, this was the original, the first beginning episode, and this is what it looked like the second episode. And this gentleman actually won it in a raffle. So we did Michael Vogt. We did a raffle, and the proceeds went to juvenile diabetes, JDRF Foundation.
Yeah.
So.
Well, tell people that
Yeah,
a
give
lot of
me the
people don't
story.
know. Pinks was an actual TV show on
where
Speed
you race
Channel.
where you race for pink slips.
Yes.
That's what it was. And this was a crazy show because the guy that ran it, Rich Christensen, it was his idea. He wanted to do it actually on the street originally, but then they talked him into doing it on drag strip for safety reasons. But we raced against a Volkswagen, and it was just crazy. So let me tell you the story of Pinks.
Okay.
So we built an H22 supercharger with nitrous, ran mid-11s.
In here it says it was naturally aspirated.
It is, but it had nitrous. So it was just a nitrous H22 and ran mid-11s. The other team was supposed to bring a mid-11s car as well.
Okay.
They had a car that used to run 10s on the motor. I'm sorry, yeah, like 11 flat, all motor, and they turbocharged it. And it was a Volkswagen. And I got wind of this because they were promoting it in the Volkswagen community.
Oh, like on their forums and stuff.
Exactly, on the forums.
VW Vortex.
Yeah, so I found a picture of them pulling a wheelie and running a low eighth mile time. And I remember looking at it and calculating that car was going to kick our ass. It's just going to beat us.
Probably like what? Like a 9, sub 10?
It was going to be 10s.
Okay.
So perhaps better. But we went on the show. I'd also got wind that they were going to donate both cars. They're going to sell both cars in a raffle and donate the money to Hurricane Katrina Relief Fund.
Okay.
So I didn't want to get outdone, so we decided to do it for the JDRF. So what was kind of tragic and kind of crazy was they asked me what we were going to do first. So I wound up upstaging them with our donation thing and kind of stealing their thunder a little bit, which I didn't think was cool of me, but
But they asked you first.
But they asked me first.
What were you going to do? Be like,
Hey,
go to
ask
him
them.
first,
Yeah.
and then me?
Yeah. So anyway.
And then people don't know, like on Pinks, you could negotiate your races. Right?
Yeah, because it was just like street racing. You would say, give me X number of lengths and, whatever. So the other thing I had heard, because Full Race had been on just right before that, they had talked about how they were kind of corralled into doing things they didn't want to do and wound up losing their car pretty easily. So they said that the guy that was there helping them, the expert they give you with the negotiations, was having them do stuff for the show and not necessarily for their
trying to win.
Yeah, exactly. So right off the bat, as soon as I knew that, when we got in there and they got me the guy, I started bending his ear to try to put him on our side.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, they've drag raced this before. This is what this car used to do, naturally aspirated. Now it's turbocharged. It's going to be way faster. This isn't going to be fair. This is bullshit. They brought a faster car. So I was kind of bending his ear. So he was like totally on my side. So we get into negotiations, and I out-negotiated them so bad it wasn't even close. I made them out like cheaters, and I shouldn't have, and I ruined the show. And we won the car, and Rich wasn't happy. So
he was
after,
pissed, wasn't he?
Huh?
Wasn't he pissed at you?
Oh, he was pissed. Well, that's another story.
Oh, that's the other time.
That's another story. So he wasn't happy. He said, we can't use this show. So I went back to him and I said, what if we give him back the car and we race again? I said, and we'll upgrade our car so it's equal with theirs. And he said, you do that? And I go, yeah, we do that. And he goes, if you do that, I'll make this the season finale. We'll do a special. So I'm like, okay. So I give them back the car. They go back and they make a bunch of improvements in it. And we went turbo B18.
Okay.
So we were like, we're gonna get out there and we're gonna show them. Well, the race was on either a Friday or Saturday. And on Tuesday night, we're on the dyno. And you can see this broken cylinder right here. We were dyno testing the car. It was built bottom end, although it wasn't sleeved or anything. We were dyno testing it, and we hadn't secured the boost controller lines, and one of them got sucked into the turbo.
Oh no.
And that turned the boost controller off, and it over boosted and actually broke the cylinder wall. So we were like, no engine, and I'm like ready to call him and say, hey, we can't do this. We gotta back out. And my brother's like, no, we gotta do this. So we actually went back into the salvage yard and we found a B18C that somebody had stolen the head off of. And it had so much dirt in the top of it. So we like cleaned it out for about 15 minutes. We had put a big breaker bar on it to get the engine to turn over because it was just locked up. Put the head that we had on that, went back to the dyno, got it tuned, and went to the track. So that took all of the next day. We were just barely got off the dyno. So we get there this time, and they have a wheelie bar on the car, an improved cage, and I'm like,
oh, look at, there you are.
Yeah.
Cranking it.
What are
you doing there?
That is when we were putting I'm putting head bolts on with a speed wrench to try to get back together. I'm looking at the broken block. Yeah, there it is, look at that. 2 cylinder walls busted right out. So we get, oh, that's a great picture. So we get it all together, we get down the racetrack, we get there, take off for the first run, and I can tell they're pedaling it. They're not going as fast as they can. But they take off hard, and I watch their wheelie bar kind of shake, and I realized they hadn't properly installed the wheelie bar on it. So I'm like, oh, so they didn't launch very hard on that one, but if the wheelie bar is working, they're gonna launch hard. So the first thing I negotiate off, they won the first race. So the first thing I negotiate is take the wheelie bar off. I didn't want any distance or anything, I just want to take the wheelie bar off. So at the same time we get back, Joe's on his laptop looking at the data, seeing if we're blowing a head gasket or overheating or whatever, because we had decided originally with the original motor, we were gonna start in low boost and just change the boost each time so the car got faster as we went. Well, we just decided to max out the boost right off the bat. So we were checking to make sure we weren't hurting the motor. So we get back, Joe's checking that. I'm in negotiations. I negotiate the wheelie bar off because I figured that way they can't launch as hard, because that's really the advantage of rear wheel drive, is they can launch hard. So we take off the next one, and they kind of soft pedal it a little bit to not get out of the hole hard. And we get out good and hot. And oh, by the way, in the original episode with the H22, we had Scott Byers driving the car. He was an H22 guy from Tucson. Hey, remember he had the Accord, the blue-white Accord with the H22?
Yeah.
And Robert from Hush Performance worked for him then. So he was driving for us. So, but when we did the B18C, we teamed up with Full Race to do the turbo, because they helped us with the turbo and everything. So I let Jeff Racer, the owner of Full Race, drive the car that time around.
Oh, okay.
So Jeff's driving it, does a great job, takes off, he wins the second race. So they negotiate something, I can't remember exactly what it was. So they win the next one. So anyway, we got to 2 each. And basically, so we go for the final race. We go for the final race, and basically it's heads up. So we're getting ready to race and getting ready to take off. This time, they launch hard and they pull this big wheelie, and then they come down hard. And we're ahead by this time because they had to let off for the wheelie. So they're accelerating, they're catching. All of a sudden, the left wheel locks up. I think what happened is on the wheelie, came down the wheelie, they dinged the left front wheel bearing, or the left front wheel bearing seized up. The car made a left-hand turn, went right behind our car, barely.
I remember that.
And hit the wall at 120 miles an hour, and we shot off through the thing. And we're running 10-second quarter miles, so the cars are fast. So it hits the wall. I'm like, oh my God, I killed the guy. I made the car unsafe, and I killed him. And I'm just like, I can't believe this. So everybody goes running off down to see if he's okay. Turns out he's okay. And we won a broken car. So here we are, we won, but the Volkswagen's pretty trash. So once again, I step in and I say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys back the car. If you rebuild it, you put yours up for raffle, we'll put ours up for raffle. Whatever the total dollars are, we'll split it between the two charities. So that's what we wound up doing in the end. So it was crazy. But Rich was pissed off at me because they did a really good job of it.
He was jealous.
Yeah, he didn't have any. They did a really good job of making me look good in the show. And they thought for some reason I wasn't grateful. So I'm getting interviewed by him for a radio show that was him and the other people from the other thing. And he just starts telling me off in the middle of the show. You are so ungrateful, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, I don't know what I said to do that, but he was just angry. So the next time I saw him was the next year at SEMA, and he came up, talked to Jeff Racer. I said hi, and he just turned around and walked off. And I'm like, oh, that's no good. So the following year, I see him again, and I'm waiting to say hi to him. He's talking to Rutledge Wood.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to talk to him to, try to make amends, because he's got a new show called Pink's All Out. And I'm like, hey, that'd be kind of cool to get on there. And I want to straighten up the whatever misunderstanding it was and tell him, I'm sorry. So I'm sitting there waiting to talk, and Josh Jaco, who used to be one of the editors of Sport Compact Car, he goes, hey, somebody wants to meet you. You mind hanging out? And I'm like, no, I'll be happy to hang out. So I was hanging out there anyway. So after a couple minutes, he goes, hang on, I'm going to interrupt him just a second. So he goes up to Rutledge Wood. And at Rutledge, he turns on and points me out.
Oh, yeah.
And Rutledge goes, oh my God, starts doing this number to me. And I'm like, this guy is on Top Gear America.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking, what the heck? Because I had seen him on the NASCAR stuff, saw him, and knew he was on the Top Gear deal. And I'm just going, I'm freaking out. And he's like, oh my God. And apparently, he knew me from the Honda Tech days on the web, because he was a Honda guy, and he was like, wanted to meet me, and it was just insane that he wanted to meet me. Rich looked at him, looked at me, turned around and stormed off, and I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I remember we were doing Nacho Speed Garage, and Rutledge came by the shop and he took the CRX around.
Yeah, and who else was with him?
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there?
I just got the pictures.
Oh, okay. So Kyle Petty Jr. was there with him.
Oh.
So him and Carter are talking, and Kyle's like, yeah, this stuff doesn't impress me. And Rutledge are giggling like girls as we're driving around in the CRX, which is in one of these magazines here. So, but anyway, so that was pretty funny.
Nice.
So
that's the inside scoop.
That's the inside scoop of the inside scoop. So,
yeah, I guess was that Michael Vo? Is that who that was?
That was Michael Vo. Michael Vo got the car. Oh, and here's the rest of the story. Michael Vo gets the car. He doesn't want a CRX. He takes the drivetrain out and gives me back the car. So I have that car. It's sitting in the side lot. It's the red CRX sitting in the side lot. And it looks much like that, except no engine.
And the paint's faded.
The paint is a lot faded.
The stickers are
kind of there.
They're baked.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
We'll get to that after the other 37
So the 37 cars. It's like probably more like 26, 27 in mine. I might use that car for all-wheel drive if there's somebody that I've been talking to about that. So yeah.
So that's the inside scoop.
But that would move it up to maybe like in the 20s. Yeah.
They're still around.
Saibon is still around. They actually do a bunch of stuff for domestic stuff too now. Yeah.
Yeah, I need that hood.
You do.
Oh, seriously?
Here it is.
Seriously,
this is the CRX. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Andy Hope wrote it.
Yeah, this is written by Andy Hope and photos by John Thawley.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. This is the CRX I was talking about that Rutledge and I were driving.
That's the supercharger, right?
Yeah, I still have this car. This is, supercharged K24 at the time.
Yeah, this is what you were driving the first time we met up at Denny's.
Oh, I was driving that car?
Yeah.
I like that car. I'd like to start driving it again.
You roll up and I was like, I guess that's him. Supercharger hanging out of the CRX.
Yeah.
With over fenders, or are those wide body fenders?
Those are over fenders.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I should sell those.
That's another thing to do.
Yeah, another thing to do.
Although, they get made. Like you have.
I can make them. I have the molds.
You have the molds. You get them made. It's not like
I designed
the mounts where you got to run the machines yourself.
Exactly. I said, this is what I want to the fiberglass guy. He made them, and
what was this? It says JDM style at American
Gymkhana USA.
So what was that? Was it like
El Toro Airfield? God, this is so long ago.
That looks like it. Kind of looks like a autocross kind of thing.
That's what it is.
Okay. So how did that event go?
We let Andy drive that event. Yeah, he did well. That car has tons of torque like that. That car was fast.
Oh yeah.
That was so long ago. But he enjoyed it. It was a good event. And this was when he was working on his writing before he became editor of Honda Tuning for a short period of time. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Remember when the Circuit Monster Prelude was out, he was the editor at the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I completely forgot about this. This is one of those things where I'm going to have memories are going to start flooding back at about 11:15, 11:45
Hey,
tonight.
we've gone 3 pages and seen 5 of your cars.
I guess I need to put all these, any magazine that has my stuff in it, let's put it off the side. I need to cut them out and put them in my book, my scrapbook, or my second scrapbook. I have a folder like this thick that's all articles.
You just scan them in and then have it printed out, just your magazine. It would be like your magazine.
Yeah, Honda Tuning, high sport style.
Hassport tuning?
Yeah, high sport tuning.
Oh my gosh. The SI was brand new.
Yep.
That was like the hottest that you could get. And of course, I couldn't afford it when it came out. It seems so unattainable.
We had one. Honda gave us one of those. Yeah, it was crazy. It was good. I wonder if it's in here too.
ITRX. Well, yes.
Yeah.
This
ITRX.
Oh my gosh.
Your dream. Look at all the white ones.
This looks so huge to me then. But now, did you the
Japanese one? Could you believe how many different color cars there were? The whites were just like forever.
Yeah, the white Type R's were easily more than this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they had each block of cars.
A block of colors. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was like 6 times this.
Yeah, but
Easy.
but now like just the white cars, that's like $1 million worth of cars. No, that's like $6 million worth of cars.
Yeah. True. Each one of those is $60,000.
Oh, stunning.
If it still exists.
Stunning
Actually, that's
Ben
not true.
wrote
If there were that many of them, they wouldn't go for that much. Actually, there's not that many, so yeah, they would still go for that much.
There's less. There are fewer.
White,
there are
black,
fewer
and yellow.
Type R's now, or Integra Type R's now than there were then.
Ooh, JDM conversion way back then.
Yeah, and then another one back there.
Wow.
That's how you knew you were really a hot boy. Oh, you had a Type
The
R,
blue
and you
tape they
did
put
a
across there.
and you did a conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that one's left-hand drive. I can't tell if that. Oh, that guy's hanging out that window.
It's
so.
got to be left-hand drive. Oh, Ben Howard, Stunner Ben.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Haven't heard that name in a while. I texted him about a year ago. I forgot what it was about.
Hondas.
You're right.
Nailed it. Yeah, but now it would be whatever. It would be a 20-page or 20-picture post on Instagram, and you just go, okay, that was cool, and then move on.
Huh, not me.
Not you. You're like, I have no idea. Oh, Type R, JDM
Yep.
front end conversion. The funny thing is that they put these in magazines that you were already subscribed to. They could have saved so much money off the top on the paper.
Who wrote this?
Oh, this dude's from Chula Vista. That's where I live.
You see a name for
Does it say
Rod
that?
Rez.
Oh, Rod Rez.
Yep.
So Matt wrote this
Rod
one.
Rez is the one of the 2 principals of Honda Meet in California. For those of you who don't know.
Dang, that's. Yeah, I remember on the forums, he would take the sickest pictures.
Yeah. Well, he owns, I think, NWP for life.
Okay. Oh, and it was an Integra Type R.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
oh my gosh. So they did
2001 Integra Type R.
they did a complete color change. They turboed.
And JDM front end.
Dang, they're
It
balling.
ruined it.
Well, then it was like so amazing.
Yep.
And now people would be like, well,
No,
I bet
it's
if it was
been too
if
modified.
it was still that clean, I bet it would still
Yeah.
go for a
I
chunk
wonder
of
if it
change.
still is.
Oh, I haven't seen it around Chula Vista.
It's parked in his garage.
Although there's a really good a boba meetup every once in a while that's right by my house. Crazy cars show up, so I'll keep an eye out for this. That'd be crazy. Almost 20 years later. Wow. And it was built too.
ABS is who sleeved our race K24 engine in the Circuit Monster.
Oh, wow. Although I feel like when you start writing down all your modifications and stuff that you've done to cars, like it ends up looking like this, even if you feel like it's not that
I
modified.
didn't do that much. And then all of a sudden
You're
you
like-
got a list along your arm.
It's like, oh yeah, valve springs,
Oh, yeah, I
retainers,
forgot
like all that stuff. It just adds up.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
that?
That's the air freshener I had back in '86.
Yeah, this is like, right. A lot of the cars in Honda tuning were so much cleaner than stuff that was like in Super Street and like Import Tuner. I feel like
That was the aesthetic.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
they got to JDM a lot quicker than the rest of the market.
Yeah. Canards. Way back then.
Cards. Dang, that cage is sick. I thought it was interesting. They have a full cage, and then they also have like
It's just a back half. Wasn't
the
full cage, was it? Oh, it was a full cage.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
and then they would have like the Miracle X crossbars also.
Yeah.
Look at all this Mugen stuff. Back when I thought, oh, Will Salazar.
N9.
Oh yeah, the old
The
one.
old one.
Holy, look at those. What are those on there?
Now sport mounts, baby. Oh, no, they're not.
No, let's see.
They're
Are they not?
rip-offs.
How can they be Avid?
Yeah.
You got one of those Mugen ITBs?
Yeah. He bought all the
He-
expensive stuff except the mounts.
He's like, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Dang.
Almost has all the good name brands.
He's got everything except Passport.
Yeah.
It's see, look at we can find cars that aren't Passport cars. Is that hood?
Yep.
Oh, it's for the next one. Can you guess which car it is? It's the cover car.
Well, I It's got to be an Integra.
Nope.
No, it's EK. Oh, that car, yeah. Passenger JMs.
Yeah. Remember that? That was so sick. Oh, it was a B16B.
Liking the revs.
So, yeah, this is that Streets or
That is Big Willow.
or is that Big Willow?
That's Big Willow. There's the
Oh yeah. So they're doing their homage to the
yeah
RA 271.
Yeah.
And also that's where 271 gets their name from.
Oh really?
Isn't it crazy like how the style of this like it still could be current today.
It would still look good today.
Like it's pretty timeless.
It's so funny because I'm sitting here looking at the builds like that particular one. I'm like, oh, that would be a cool build to recreate.
2002 SI. Oh, an EP3.
Yeah.
Dude, serious. He's wearing a helmet on the street. That's when you know
That's because there's a wall really close. You might crash into it.
it's not a Mustang.
No good point.
Ooh, supercharged. Don't you have the supercharger?
I have 2 of those. Of course I do. What kind of silly question is that?
Oh yeah, see it. Those Miracle X or whatever they are. Wow, those are advanced, but not the cool ones.
They were cool back then.
I guess everybody has their preferences.
True.
The grounding kit.
Oh yeah. PDM, yo.
Is it on stock mounts? Jeez.
Yeah, yes. I saw him earlier on the other page.
Should have used that helmet money for the street. People made millions off of ringtones. Look at this was $10 a month, $9.99 a month.
Now you can get a phone for that.
Yes. Like, oh man, I really gotta get this Jamster subscription so I can get my I love D cups wallpaper. Or wait, I need that skeleton with the light shooting out of the eyes.
I think I almost want that as my screensaver just so I can.
Jamster.com.
Yeah.
Is Jamster.com still? Oh, I want the sick one with the tramp stamp.
That is sick.
Oh man, it's now those are like
How long
all
do you think they
posters
were in
at the state
business? Like
fair. Well,
2 years?
no, because iPhone didn't come out until 2007, right?
Okay.
So this is probably near the end.
People weren't hacking into that stuff back.
Well,
Yeah, I guess not.
The nerds were,
Yeah.
and the pervs.
And then they were starting these companies.
They're like, wait, I could have chicks on my phone? Pound for pound. Oh, look at this. See who wrote this?
Our friend Tim Kelly, owner of Exact Dyno.
It was like 4 videos ago we were over there. I mean,
Yep.
2 videos ago. Depends on when this comes out, but
Yeah.
very recently we were there. That's crazy. Look at that setup. That setup is insane. There's running everywhere. But this is also the same way that the manufacturers test their engines. So
Yeah.
everything's rated at the flywheel.
So it says right there.
So what?
An Indian dyno is what car maker used to right there in it.
Oh man, me and Tim from 2006
You guys
or
are in
7
sync.
were in sync. It just took me about, what was that, 19 years to catch up
Yeah.
or so. Like, there are kids born when this was made that are now full-grown adults. Oh man.
And possibly watching this video and getting bored out of their mind.
And then there's
Next
a
page. Yeah,
and then there's a random article about LoJack. Oh look at, there we go. They got 150 horsepower per liter.
Turbinator.com is still.
Kind of reminds me of the Bankinator.
Yeah.
Turbonator.com or call toll free. See, this is when people used to call people on the phone.
Yeah. Don't message them. For some reason, oh, I misspelled it.
How did you misspell Turbonator?
I probably fat fingered it.
You can't just say, hey Siri, take me to Turbonator.com.
Yeah, you think it would have spelled that correctly? No, that's not what I'm trying to do.
It'll misspell Brian.
I know.
It'll put a Y in it. But then,
Whoa, really?
nah,
Stupid. It mispronounces your name.
well, that's, everybody does.
Hey, Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Turbinator.
Oh, no. The domain is for sale, though. It's available.
It's available.
Yeah, they probably want something stupid like $10,000 for it.
Turbinator benefits. Compare Turbinators. Turbinator prices. Buy Turbinators. Turbinator repairs. You can get it repaired.
Oh, man. Dude, I blew my Turbinator. You know anybody that's a rebuild?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
boom.
85
There's our friends, Hondata.
On data. This is when they took the OBD1 ECU and put OBD2 connectors on it. I have one of those.
That's weird.
I have that ECU.
Right after the thing, bam, Hondata ad.
Ah.
In Torrance, right where Honda is. Racing Sound. Hey, this was, oh yeah, this was in Phoenix. This is like a national magazine, but wow, I wonder how much this costs. I mean, it's just a black and white ad.
No, it's pretty cheap. We used to always take out an ad.
There you go, dude. Oh, there we go, Circuit Monsters.
Yeah. And here's the guy who did the art. I don't believe I've ever met him.
But you have his art on your car.
He was he was worked for Disney.
Look at right there, right behind it. I bet
Yep.
that says like Imagination or something like
it
that.
does. That's Mickey's hat.
Yeah.
Zax. I have one of those systems in the shed.
You want to do a nitrous car sometime?
I'm going to do a nitrous car. I think I'm going to put nitrous back in the CRX, the yellow CRX. I have brackets to hang him on the roll bar, and these extra long pipes to bring for whenever the release valve hits. So I'd like to do 2 large bottles of nitrous.
2 of the big ones.
Yeah, but I would also like to do the nitrogen-assisted nitrous oxide because it keeps it pressurized. You could actually, yeah.
Yeah, my hatch used to have, well, it wasn't Zax, it was NOS, but I used to have
basically, you're
nitrous on
using
mine.
pressure to keep the nitrous oxide liquid because then it expands when it gets to the nozzle as opposed to expanding in the bottle and losing pressure.
Yeah, that B18C was fun with the little 50 shot. Dang, they did. I was gonna say, oh, they did a whole article about the wrap, but then we're doing a whole video about reading an article about the wrap.
Look.
Who are these folks?
Oh wow, look at that version of the mounts. That's old.
Which mount kit is this?
The EFB one.
Okay.
Although it might have been called the M88B kit.
You fixed the naming nomenclature.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys make stuff for Civics and Integras, huh?
We do.
Who's that hood prop? Oh yeah, and Password JDM came out with these.
Yep.
It's probably, man, that's really long.
Yeah. Unnecessarily.
Well, the ones from Hush are like, just like that. And he's going all in on those. He's developing them and making them.
Yeah.
You got another magazine advertising in your magazine.
Fortuner. Well, that's when they're all owned by this Peterson, I believe.
Peterson, or is it Primedia, or is
let's
it? Because this one's Primedia.
Okay.
Let's see. Something Wilshire Primedia.
Okay. Primedia. So this one they're in Catella. They're off Catella.
But Disneyland.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I liked. Every month seeing the products pages.
Car Innovations.
PCI and Password together on the Gaghagen Mega Exhaust. Progress Race Bearings. Ooh, do they still make those?
No.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen.
We should make those. We really should. Is it 5-Ziggin or Go-Ziggin?
Well, I was told that it was Go-Ziggin, but everybody calls it 5-Ziggin.
Yeah.
Or Ziggin.
Yeah. I call it Go-Ziggin.
Well, that's because you're
talking
that's
to
because
you.
That's because you're super JDM.
Yeah, it's super JDM.
Yeah, because 5 in Japanese is
I'm
Go,
talking
right?
to people who don't know, and I say 5-Ziggin.
Top fuel shift knob. Oh man, I remember their EK.
Oh yeah.
That white one. That was so badass.
Cute little pistons.
I mean, pretty much I'd take all of these for my car right now. Because I don't know who's Black Label.
Racing brakes, I don't know.
I wonder if that's like one of those like general ones where they just brand each one, or
GHP USA is selling.
exhaust notes. You know,
So
I
these-
remember reading that sometimes, because each one is at like this, the dude from
Larry Widmer, yeah, Endine.
Endine. Oh, there you are, right there. See, told you.
Brian Gillespie, yep.
I remember that. Have fun finding more parts.
Look, two of them.
Oh, somebody's talking about doing an R18. Well, wait. I'll read this and let's see if
Okay.
you would answer how you would answer it today. Let's see. R18 swap. I would like to know if your magazine will do a 4th generation Civic CRX swap using the 8th generation 1.8 liter single overhead cam VTEC. I only ask because it's probably more affordable than those who can't afford the K-Series motor. I don't know if that sentence makes sense, but that's what they wrote. I would appreciate a reply about the subject because it's one of the swaps that people like me are waiting for. It would be still a worthwhile swap because it puts out very decent power and torque with the benefit of excellent fuel economy. Vince P. So
Not worth it.
So what do you think you wrote?
Ooh, I wrote it quite a bit about
You wrote
that. I was trying to be nice.
You wrote 3 paragraphs
Yeah,
about it.
I was trying to be nice. I mean, the basic thing is, yeah, it would work, but you know, the B20 or the B18B are so much easier to swap into that car. To go through the trouble of an expensive mount kit, flopping the motor and the transmission, and the electronics upgrade, you're most of the way there to a K-Series, so just get a dang K-Series. If you want R18 power, put a B in it. It'll be easier and cheaper. If you want to go to that much work, put a K in it. It's more expensive, but it's a lot more power. What did I say?
You said, there's a problem with your original proposition. It would not be less expensive. Quick scan of the salvage yard showed that the best price for an R18 engine is about $650. The same price as many yards that are selling K24s from the Accords, 03 Accords and up.
Which are way more powerful.
So,
And that's always the way it's been.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
'Cause
the
that's-
thing is
'cause-
cheap right now. That the only reason that would be even considered now is R18 manual transmissions are dirt cheap and super available. That actually makes me think that is a legit swap today, but not back then. Back then, you could get Accord transmission for $150, and you could get Accord engines for $350 to $650. So
Yeah, here you're talking about the EP3 transmission for $500,
yeah,
Accord for $350,
yeah. But I bought a bunch of them for $150 back then.
and it can make 200 horsepower all day easily.
Yeah,
The R18 is not going to do that.
never gonna do that.
And for as frail as the K-Series transmission is, the ones on the R18 are probably,
Super frail.
because they're not meant for,
No, they're not for made. Well, they're meant for driving around a heavier car, so they probably stand up well in an EG or EK, or even a EF. But I mean, if I look back on that, that's possible. It's a missed opportunity. But there was a guy back in New York doing that. He didn't sell that many.
I mean, why would you? Like, I get why you would possibly, but still.
I think it would be if somebody came out with some. It'd be interesting to see if the R18 swap would be something people would do today, but I just can't because it would be a lot less expensive today because the transmissions are just cheap now. So let's look that up.
But I mean, you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Well, some people just want to have a more modern engine, but the harness is still going to be expensive. The shifter is going to be expensive. Think about all the stuff people
You still have to do all
on
the
a
stuff for a K
K-Series. Right, exactly.
For a less powerful setup.
Yeah, exactly.
A
That's
less
the deal.
robust transmission.
That's true. It's the peripheral stuff that is really the big expense on the K-swap.
And
it really is.
The engine itself doesn't, like if you want to do further modification other than the stock engine in your car, you have less support because
Right.
there's
But if it was but even, yeah, I still think that's not going to be cheap. A B18 is so much cheaper and gives you the same power. And back then was readily available.
Yeah.
So you just do an LS swap and you're good to go. But let's look what those transmissions are, because that's...
Because the LS was 140 horsepower, the R18 was 140 horsepower.
Right, exactly.
They're both 1.8 liters, so it's
a more torque. Well, probably as much torque.
It's probably like 10 foot-pounds more torque.
Let's sort them by price. See how many pages there are. There are 17 pages of 2006 to 2011 transmissions, 17 pages of them. Let's go, that's the cheapest page is page 12, and 250 bucks, 250 bucks, 250 bucks, 233 bucks, $215, 100 bucks, $44. Those gotta be quarters. Yeah, so, you know, for 300 bucks you can get a transmission. And the engine's cheap, but yeah.
But all the other stuff you have to do to make it work, it checks
like
up.
the ECU. I mean, does Honda do any mods for the R18s? Probably. But I don't think they make a swap ECU.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah, Grassroots. That's when they had the readers rides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, super lap battle. Hey.
Advertised.
Did you go to the event at PIR?
I've been, oh yeah.
And look at almost all these companies that are down here are still around.
Yeah.
All these magazines aren't.
Not around. They're like web presences.
Look at that.
Really cheap, yeah.
Oh man, I used to always dream about getting my car into that. And then you'd see some of the cars that get into it and you're like, that made it in, but mine didn't.
I can't believe that made it in. Did you send off your information for that?
No, I never did. But, you know, some would be insane and then some would be just like so riced out. But it was also kind of cool because you would see what people were doing in different parts of the country. Like you have Indiana, Louisiana, Tennessee, Massachusetts, and California.
Here's what bothers me and has always bothered me.
Jumbo shrimp.
Oh, I love jumbo shrimp.
Are they shrimp or are they jumbo?
You're talking about oxymorons. Those don't bother me. I find those fascinating. All right. Engine swapped CRX. Wouldn't you think the engine swap mount kit you had to use to get that engine in there would be part of your modifications? It's not listed.
It's not listed?
That happened all the time back in the day. I would see these magazine articles and I would like call whoever the editor was and I'd be like, dude, I can't believe you didn't mention what mounts are in there. That engine does not come in that car. Why aren't the mounts part of the thing? I would complain to Super Street, I would complain to
They would have the floor mats, but they wouldn't have
exactly. They would say what brand floor mat they're in or what air freshener they had on the front, which one they had in the rear, and they wouldn't name off the engine mount.
And you'd be all,
and it would just be like,
no, we've been advertising with you for years. I can't believe it.
No, I don't say that. But I was just like, I would just be like, that's stupid, you know.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The thing was, is that at the time, we would quite often be helping them with projects and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so they were a little bit more amenable than just, you know.
Oh man, we're almost to the end here.
Yep.
Oh, they listed all the shops where that sold Honda tuning.
Yep, we're not in there.
I was like, oh man.
Apex Motorsports and Exact Dyno.
There we go. They're like, oh, well, we'll tell you how to call them and you can call them and go find out where to buy us.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, just go to Barnes & Noble. That's where I would spend hours at Barnes & Noble. Since there were so many magazines at the time, I couldn't afford six different magazines. Yeah. So I had Super Street and Honda Tuning subscriptions. And then I would go to the store and then I would look at them. But if it was like a D-Sport, but it was a good one, like one that had stuff that I was actually into, I'd read it at the thing and then buy it. And if it was just all like 240 stuff with SR20 DETs, I'm like, those are boring, and I would not buy it. Wait, you can order reprints, plaques. Is this how you guys got your printouts, or did you just?
No, that was actually a company.
Okay.
There was a company that if they knew that you had an article, they would actually
Like
solicit
reach out to
you to try to get you to buy them.
Drive Shaft Shop, still around?
Yeah. Caution.
Race Queen.
I don't recognize it.
Obstacles to building our dream car. Oh yeah, they would put a picture of a chick at the end, because I mean that was like during that time. There was a lot of the car magazines just used a lot of chicks to like get your attention.
Yeah. Ibach.
Ibach in
still
real
around.
time. And real time's still around too.
Yeah.
That's it. Sony Explode. Oh, I had that in my Civic.
One magazine down, 10 to go.
A bunch more to go. So let's start on to the next one. No, I'm just kidding. So if you made it this far into the video, you're still awake. That was
nuts.
But it was cool. Like
It was.
a lot of that stuff you don't think about when you're during that time so much, and then
Yep.
you look back and you're like, oh.
Yeah, that was crazy. And that was funny because you didn't mean to pick a magazine that had a bunch of me in it, but it just kind of turned
But
out.
I mean, it's that
Yeah,
those
Honda
years
tuning.
and Honda tuning.
Yeah,
Well, I picked it because I knew this one, but I didn't know all the other
things.
stuff that was going to be in
Yeah,
there.
hilarious. That was hilarious. So, yeah.
All right. Well, if you made it to this far in the video, congratulations. You are hardcore.
Yeah.
It's late.
Yeah, it is.
Let's wrap this. Maybe we'll do this again, and maybe we'll check out a Super Street.
Super
or something.
Street.
Yeah,
That one's got
one,
time
that
attack.
one. Oh, nice. Yeah. So
This one's good too, though.
if you like this one, guess what? We'll do another one. We'll at least do a couple. See it. Throw it at the wall. See if it sticks.
That's right. This has been your history lesson.
If you liked it, or even if you don't like it, just like it and subscribe.
Yeah, just put a like on it. It's not.
It's free for you to click
Yeah.
that little thumbs up.
Yeah.
Just do
And
it.
it just helps us out. Appreciate it.
All right. Well, good night and good luck. No, there's 75 minutes of video
75 minutes.
on that
Holy
clip. Yeah. Let's see.
Wow.
Getting very passionate, this love affair's elaborate. Hiding what I do from the members of my cabinet.